Paul, so great to have you back. And yes, there is trouble in paradise. You would think it's a real honor to be a member of the royal family. You never have to pay a bill. You've got luxury, you've got waiters and butlers and everything taking care of your every need. But actually, the king has got a major problem now, a big headache. He thought, Paul, that he put the Andrew issue to bed by stripping him of the Prince title and the Duke of York's title. All of that's gone, chucking him out of the Royal Lodge. It hasn't worked because there is a loose cannon. There is a very ginger-haired elephant in the room, and it is Fergie, who, of course, is one of the most recognizable figures in the world. And she's not happy. She's got an axe to grind because she has been evicted from the luxury 30-room Royal Lodge that she cohabited in with Prince Andrew. And so she's homeless, and she's got big money problems, Paul. She purchased an investment property in Mayfair in central London, one of the most premium parts of the capital, for over $4 million, and she's selling it at a loss of almost $1 million. So the woman has got financial problems. Plus, she wants to set the record straight about her links with Epstein. She feels that she's been thrown under the bus, that it was Andrew's ill-advised relationship with the disgraced ex-financier. And therefore, she's got the record to set straight. She needs the cash. And it's very possible that she will sign a $1 million deal to spill the beans.
Do you think that she's sort of got like a Super Nanny 2.0 in her, where she will take on a new character in the United States, where she's running around sort of saying, clean your room, I order you as ex-former princess, clean your... like. Because, OK, she gives the interview, there's a little bit of coin there, but if you're losing $1 million on your house, there's got to be a 28th act here, isn't there?
There's got to be. There could be the super nanny. She sounds like she'd be a good dominatrix, OK? Who knows what she's going to do? The bottom line is that she knows where the bodies are buried, OK? And Paul, she's obviously, had books out before about her life, and she's done interviews about being a royal and then an ex-royal. So she's no stranger to publicity and the media spotlight. But the difference is that everything she's ever written or said in the past has been done with Fergie within the royal fold as a member of the firm. Because yes, the marriage to Andrew ended, but they've been cohabiting in quite a friendly capacity for the last 20 years. The problem you've got now is that Charles has cut her off, basically, cut her loose. She's left, or she's about to leave the Royal Lodge. She's got no roof over her head, financial problems, and possibly an appetite for revenge. Now, it's my understanding that she's quite depressed. She's in a very low state. She's worried about her finances, and she feels that she's been wrongly represented in the media. So watch this space. The person that's got the most to fear about this is not Andrew, because it's priced in that the guy's a loser. He's a disgrace. There is no reputation to salvage. The big problem is for King Charles, because this whole scandal threatens to taint his entire reign as monarch.
Now, Australia, despite the promises of transparency of our left-wing government, please, they, of course, buried the issue of COVID. Why? Because it would expose the failures of state governments. They wanted to focus on the failure of an already dumped federal government. Now, in the UK, you were going through quite a long, tortuous process of continuing to talk about it, having an inquiry, having experts, but rather than coming back and saying, well, hang on, did we go too hard? Essentially, it said they didn't go hard enough at the start because, of course, that is all a way of blaming the former government rather than setting the rules for future pandemics. And Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister, is not happy.
No, he's not happy at all. He said that this scandalous COVID inquiry has been a waste of money and it's been totally muddled. And I find it hard to disagree. This inquiry that cost $400 million for the establishment to pat themselves on the back and say, yeah, it made perfect sense to have a Communist Party-inspired policy of lockdowns to destroy the economy, to create a generation of damaged kids who couldn't go to school, to create a tsunami of mental health problems, and in the UK, an NHS waiting list of 9 million people. But no, this expensive inquiry says, well done, everyone. All we needed was more of the same. And as you mentioned, the line from this inquiry is that if we'd gone into lockdown a week earlier, somehow everything would have been rosy in the garden. Now, I watched with great interest, Paul, during the pandemic about what was happening in Australia, which basically kind of, closed the border, and it was really, really tough for people's civil liberties, the impact on the economy. We had the same in the UK. And the feeling among Brits here in this country is that we're paying the price for completely the wrong policy. Now, don't get me wrong, COVID was the most awful disease, a very, very nasty virus. But in the history of the world, we've never stopped a seasonal respiratory virus, which is what COVID was. It's never been done successfully. And yet somehow the arrogance of the state thought that we can pay people to stay home and somehow we will arrest the spread of this pathogen. It didn't happen. And now you've really got a broken country as a result.
Well, I don't know if your algorithm is anything like mine, but a European country that I like the strength of at the moment is Poland, right? And everything I see about a Polish Prime Minister or a Polish President, if they'd been in charge, so whatever they did in COVID, let's do it, all right? Thank you, mate. All the best. We'll talk to you soon. The great Mark Dolan.
Cheers, Paul.
Somebody will say, did you know they said this? It's a joke, Joyce. Relax.